Good morning, everybody. This is St. Charts. It's Saturday, the 1st of March 2025. Going to start with gold, and this one's had a bad week. But for me, that is exactly what I was expecting. We covered this off last week, and we said that it's struggling to beat the top of that blue box within the blue box here. So it's sort of traded at 29.50 level, and we've had a pullback. Now, for me, as I said last week, I was expecting probably a pullback to around 2,800 level. We're nearly there, but the corrective move isn't great so far anyway. So for me, I'm still expecting another leg higher. Not a big one, but probably touching sort of 3,000. That's probably where I'm expecting it to attack. But for me here, it can't break below this level here at sort of 27.25, so the bottom of that blue box really, and hopefully then we can get a bounce back to the upside. But as I say, the corrective move at the moment isn't great, so it's not one that I'll be trading. But for me, I'm still expecting sort of longer term. Once that high there, probably tagging 3,000, probably slightly smashing it a bit, and then pulling off a bit. So if I just get rid of that there, this is what I'm expecting sort of longer term so we'll probably get I'll just get that to work. So I'm expecting probably another leg higher, probably tacking 3,000, and then I'm expecting a much bigger corrective move before we get another wave higher. So, and that's probably going to tag sort of 2,400 level at some stage, but we'll see how that one plays out. Next one I'm going to do is crude light, and if I just get that up here, and there we go. Oh, hang on, it's crude light. And this one for me here is one that we've covered off a few times, and for me it's not a great setup at the moment. So here what I've got is a possible, if we can break this $80 sort of level and hold above that, should give us 84 to 88.3. But for me at the moment it's sort of ranging. We're not in a great area for any trading, but if it breaks this 65 level, I think it's going to bring us down to $60.20 to $52.74. And from my perspective, I think Trump wants a lower oil price, and that we've had notification, haven't we, for this week that BP is going to start drilling. I think a lot more majors have started following suit. I think oil is going to be back in fashion, and hopefully that's going to drive the price down, which is going to be great for us consumers. But for me at the moment, it's sort of wait and see what happens. As I say, break of $80 is going to be key for that upper red box. Break of this level here, 65.22, bring us down to this other red box at $60.20 down to $52. But that has other implications, but we'll cover that off should either of those two key support levels break. Next one I'm going to do is the FTSE. And this one's playing out pretty much so far as expected. I thought we might get another leg down, but if we can sort of break this 88.23 level, I think we're going to see the top of that blue box there, 89.21. But overall, I'm still bullish on the FTSE. I don't think we're going to see it on this push, although we might. But for me, I think longer term or medium term, we're going to hit 9,357 to 10,572. Again, it's not one that I'll be trading at the moment. Just see how that one plays out. But I think there's positive words from Trump this week about a UK trade deal, which could see us probably attack that upper blue box at some stage. So going to be one to watch. Next one I do is copper, and this is another interesting one for me. If I just get that up, it's just computer thinking about it. And this is one where we gave, back here in November last year, we said that, we thought we were going to get another leg higher into this blue box, which was red at the time. And indeed we did. And we're having a pullback now. So for me, ideally here, we want to see a better corrective move before making a play. But for me, I'm still bullish on copper. I've still got this upper blue box, which is an active target, although it doesn't go in a straight line. Excuse me. It's at $6.18 to $7. But if we break below this $3.94, bring us down to this red box down here. But we'll just see how that one plays out. Keep an eye on it. There's not a great setup there for now. So copper, one to watch. Next one I'm going to do is CRCL. And this one has had news this week. It's had some big TR1 holders, or large shareholders. It's done a placing at 0.16 pence, and for me, if it can break this sort of high here at 0.25, should bring us up to 0.297 to 0.341. It is in the blue box reversal zone. It's sort of fighting there, isn't it? But in a bigger blue box. But for me, longer term, it could go, and it is a could, might do. If it dropped some great news, that is where I'd sort of be targeting 1.3 to 1.6 level. But it's worth doing some research, as say, try and get in around placing price and see where you go from there. So CRCL, Avacta is my next one. Excuse me, and this one here. We gave this blue box, and within the blue box reversal zone, it didn't work out, did it? And we sort of broke below that 42.20 level. And for me, it's in a critical place, really. From this low back in, March 22, we don't want to see that low broken. So I've put a red line there. That's sort of a red line drawn, and hopefully we can, it might tag it, who knows? But we don't want to see a break below. And if we can get some bull power behind it, we could hopefully activate this red box here, or head up to this red box that's sort of 83.3 to 95.4. But you need to do some research. The company needs to drop some good news, doesn't it, in order to get the bulls to step back in. There we go. HBR is my next one, and this is one that we've covered off, and for me, we covered it off before. We gave this blue box at 248 level, which we had this big spike back up into 296. It's fallen back below. I don't know what the news is. It's driven it down there. But for me, I think this red box zone here, which should be blue actually, at 214.2 to 191.55 should see another bounce to the upside. So that's HBR. Worth a look. Do your research before making an entry. And UPL is my next one. And this one here is the one which we gave a long while back here, I think it was back in August 24, and it's finally broken out of that blue box resistance there at 1.46 pence. And for me, my initial target there would be 2.15 to 2.5 pence. It could stretch a lot higher, but let's see how that one goes. I've got a bigger target there at 5.6 to 6.88, but I think one step at a time. Next one I'm going to do is GSCU, and this is one that we've covered off a few times. And it's had some tremendous news out, hasn't it, this week? And this is one where I gave initially a target of 2.02 to 2.22, but obviously the news has trumped that target there. And for those who have been following me, they will know that a long while back, sort of back here, I think at about 1.05 pence, I tipped it. So that was back in sort of September time last year. And I thought we would probably see, with some good news, this red box up here. So 4.08 to 4.9, that's probably where I think it's heading. I mean, it deserves it, doesn't it? It needs to break that prior higher at 3.8, but it looks pretty good. That's a GSCU. ZIOC is my next one. And if I just get that one up. This one here, excuse me, it is one where I don't want to see it fall below this 6.98 level. And but if we can break this 12 pence level, it should bring us up trading into 15.5 to 17.8 pence. And again, that's one which we gave in the blue box reversal zone here at 5.24 to 3.48, which has already tagged the bottom of that box, didn't it, back in November 24. And just to say, if it's me trading, really, all the trades that I would do, I would only be making an entry within the blue box reversal zones, and hopefully targeting the upper red box. It doesn't mean that you have to hold all the way up, for those who give me some grief on Twitter and elsewhere. But for me, that this is a higher risk trade. You're not entering within the blue box, which sort of gives you hopefully a really good return on your money. But there we go. That's ZIOC. Next one I'm going to do is Brez. And this one here is in a blue box reversal zone, and for me that looks pretty good. If we can get some bull power, I think that there's some news hopefully due fairly soon, and sort of break this. If we can break out of this blue box here at 4.47, that's going to put us nice and safe, and then hopefully head and target this upper red box here at 8.08 to 9.38 pence level. So that is Brez, worth doing some research. WSG is my next one. And if I just get that up, Somebody gave me a lot of grief on Twitter, or X, sorry, for tipping that, or not tipping. It isn't a tipping podcast. It is a technical analyst. And for me, I gave that to the sort of 105. I thought it was in a good place for reversal. And we had a big spike up, didn't we, on Friday, sort of attacking the top of that box at 1.35 pence. For me, if we can break out of that box, we should get at least a three-wave move to the upside. And if they can drop some really good news, I mean, who knows? We don't know where it's going to go. But for me, it could go just to 2.8 level. But, if they can drop some really good news, that is where I'd expect the bulls, to be heading to 4.16 to 5.05. And that's where I'd expect sellers to appear. There we go. So that's WSG. RBW is my next one. And this one here is another rare earths play. There's a lot of talk about Macango, but nobody ever talks about Rainbow Rare Earth. But for me, it might not get down here, but 10.5 to 9.84 should be a great place to take along. And hopefully we can attack this red box here at 15 pence to 16.2. There you go. ECR is my next one. And this one's not had a great day, has it, at the on Friday. But for me, it's back in a blue box reversal zone. My previous one here at 0.22 was a great one, as you can see there. And for me, I think this 0.25 to 0.19 is a great reversal zone and should see us hopefully heading up to this red box zone up here if they can drop the right news, which I think there's a lot of news due, at 0.46 to 0.528. There you go. That's me for today. Back again tomorrow. Have a great weekend.